What's good, everybody? It's your boy 313 J-Mo. I'm here once again for y'all, and this is my off-season review. I'ma say part 1 only because every off-season move isn't done yet, and once, whether we get a Marcus Golden or we get another linebacker or another pass rusher, once all of that stuff is finished and we get towards, I say maybe, like August, maybe I'll give you a part 2 just to because that's when all the moves should be done by then, or the important moves. But let's talk about it, man, because the Lions, man, they've been making moves, and considering we know while we were 3-12-1, Stafford was hurt, but considering all we've been through that last year, I will say this: I'll give them credit for a few things just from a philosophical perspective. You could see they were going out and they were trying. And I know that sounds kind of funny, but I've seen a lot of other teams have a lot of problems and they not try, including our teams in the past. Like, we might have a lot of problems, and in free agency, you just get a couple people and just be like, we just gonna focus on the draft. But it was a concerted effort, maybe because their jobs are on the line with Patricia and Quinn, but it was a concerted effort to try to fix this team. Keyword try. You went out, you get Durrant Harmon, you get the other safety that we got. You go out, you get Jamie Collins. You let Devin Kennard go. I'm still iffy on that. But you go out, you get Jamie Collins. You go out, you get Danny Shelton. You go out, you get Big V. We still haven't fixed the punter situation, so that's a little marked down. But you went out and you tried to get stuff to help the team. And then in the draft, you addressed certain needs. Not every single one, but you addressed certain needs. But in free agency, even though we didn't get that big name that I wanted, and this is the thing. It's not about a big name. It's not about wanting the shining star. I just want great players. Our team lacks great players. Only great players on our team before all the trades and stuff was Slay and Sue and Ziggy when he was healthy. We don't have when you looking at our defense, who is the player where you even on some of the worst teams in the league, they got that one Pro Bowler. Who's the player on our team and you that's a great player? Trey Flowers. Okay, because I think he's much better than fans even give him credit for, but that's it. You don't got no other great players. Most teams, they might have 3 or 2 to 3 great players and a whole bunch of good players. The elite defense has got a lot of great players. But we got one great player, Trey Flowers. And that might be generous calling him great, but I definitely think he's extremely, extremely good. So I can call him that. Just him, the defense is barren. Is Jamie Collins a great player? We don't know what he's going to do with us in our defense. But thing is, Patricia went out and he got all of his guys. And to me, it's not just getting all of his guys. It's, you got to retool this. This defense was bad. Regardless of him getting all his guys or not, I just need more talent brought into this team in free agency. I'll mention this a lot, but the Durrant Harmon signing might be my favorite signing only because I know he's a good football player. I've seen him play. I've seen him make tons of plays with my eyes. He's a good football player, and he don't have to be great, but he does what you need him to do. And it's some guys who don't have the opportunity. We know the safeties, that the McCourties and Patrick Chung. I don't even know when they were there with the Patriots the last few years. Those are the guys that's the defensive backs. But so a guy like Harmon is only coming in for a limited snap. So you might be like, well, he's not getting a lot of snaps. And I'm not of that mindset. Why would I, downgrade you because every time we put you out there, you ball out, but you're not getting a lot of snaps because other people are ahead of you on the depth chart? that doesn't mean that you aren't playing well. It just means you're not getting the snaps because other people are ahead of you on the depth chart. And with Durrant Harmon now, I think he's definitely going to have an opportunity to start alongside Tracy Walker, who we know. Okay, my fault. Tracy Walker is the other great player on the team. On the defense. I'm strictly talking defense. Okay, so we got Tracy. I forgot that's my boy. I love Tracy. So we got Tracy and we got Flowers. And, hopefully Okuda can become that. And hopefully, what do you call it? Jamie Collins can become that. I think Tavai can become that, but I don't think we're going to see Tavai ceiling until year 3. Just because I think he's one of them players, the more reps he gets, the better he's going to get. And I think the more reps he gets, the better he's going to get. So yeah, you putting Durrant Harmon with Tracy Walker, that's going to be some of the best, safety tandem we've seen since we had Prime Glover Quinn, man. Because Durrant he's a good player. Like, I'm not going to, and Tracy Walker, I think, is a future Pro Bowler. He's a baller, man. I love Tracy Walker since his rookie year. So, looking at it from that perspective, I will give them credit for doing that because my thing is this. Of course, you have your system. Of course, you have your defense. But at the end of the day, you got to bring in good players. And to me, Durrant Harmon, I don't care what defense he is, you need him to play safety. He can go in there and he can be, he can be great for you. Same thing with Tracy Walker. Same thing with Trey Flowers. He can fit in whatever defense he needs to fit in. But all in all, he's just a good player. Jamie Collins, he fits in the defense, but you put him in the 4-3, he could be a 4-3 linebacker just because he's a very extremely versatile player. And so Patricia is always screaming versatility, and I think it comes into effect in this type of avenue where you're getting these players, because to me, yes, you're getting players to fit the defense, but you're also getting good players. And our defense lacked a lot of good players. After the starters, the drop off was 0 to 100, 100 to 0. After the starters, man, the drop off was horrible. Cause our defense was struggling, but when Tracy Walker got hurt for 3-4 weeks, that's when our defense just really went to shit. We still had Slade too, but once we lost Tracy, cause once you lose that we know. Well, everybody doesn't know, but once you lose that star safety and you're a defense that your secondary is the strength of the team and you lose your star safety, you're going to struggle a lot. So losing him was a big loss, but with free agency, I think I gave them a C+, B-, but I'll give them a solid B now, just because I'm thinking about what they were trying to do. And look, at the end of the day, until you play on the field, you got to look on paper. Looking on paper, our defense is automatically better just because we have more talent. Look, talent isn't everything, but the thing is, it's hard to ruin talent. We know what happened with that Eagles teams way back. We've seen it with a lot of other teams. But the Cleveland Browns, they talent was sprinkled. It was some good talent on defense and some good talent on offense, and maybe a little bit more offense or defense, but it wasn't, it wasn't enough. It wasn't the right guy stirring the pot, and then their quarterback wasn't playing well. I know Freddie Kitchens was horrible, but Baker's playing trash, dog. I'm sorry, they had a better QB, they would have had a better record. And my thing is this. Regardless of Patricia, the man stirring the pot, regardless of what he's doing, I know he's added talent on this team. And why do I keep screaming talent and talent and talent? Because you need playmakers. And people with talent playmake. Of course, there's the diamonds in the rough like Diggs. I'm not saying Diggs isn't talented, but Diggs is a 5th round. He came from the gut. He came from the bottom to become what he is. There's guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Glover Quinn that had to switch positions to become what he is. And then there's guys just like Jelani Tavai, second game of his career. First game of his career, sack. Second game, knocking out a fumble. Causing us to win the game at the end, in totality. It's just guys that have talent and they make plays. And the thing that's we're lacking, the two biggest things we're lacking is playmakers in the backfield, along with the O-line, and playmakers on the defense. We don't have anybody that makes plays. That's why I love Tracy Walker so much, because he is a playmaker. We know about the San Francisco game we should have won because they cheated. Tracy Walker's a playmaker. It's in his blood. Slay is his cousin. It's in his blood. He's a born and bred playmaker, so that's why I'm so high on him. Now, of course, we got to see what goes out on the field and what actually happens, but I feel like we have even if it's 2 or 3 more playmakers. We have more playmakers on this team than we had the previous year. And to me, when it comes to winning football games, we all know coaching and health to me are like the 2 most important things. The third probably would be like quarterback play and O-line and things of that nature. But we know, we look better on paper. Like, we look real good on paper, and we know we always look good on paper and it don't turn out well. But I'm gonna give Bob Quinn and Patricia a little bit of credit for growing out and just improving this team. We got to improve the team. Like I said, sometimes it's not really clear if your team improved or not. Like last year, it wasn't really clear that we improved. We loved the free agency, but it wasn't clear yet. It was a little murky. But this year, I know we're going to be a better team. Stafford to be healthy, but we're going to be a better team regardless. And then you went out in the draft. You got Okuda. Y'all know how I feel about that. It was a good pick. To me, wasn't the best pick, but it still was a high-level pick. He's going to be a very, very good player. Swift, he's going to be a beast. You went out and you doubled up on the guards. Went out, got my boy Cephas. He's going to be a beast. Got Huntley. Huntley's going to be nice, too. So, to me, now you was adding more playmakers because Okuda, he didn't get a lot of interceptions, but to me, I'm not an interception guy if you're not giving up plays. Like Byron Jones doesn't get a lot of interception, has like 1 interception, but Byron Jones covers everybody like glue and nobody gets any passes completed. So I could care less. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you ain't giving up plays, I'm cool. You got Swift. We know Swift's a playmaker. Just like Kerryon. Like, those are the running backs are playmakers for sure. Like, we remember the days of Kerryon having to dodge last year, literally having to dodge 4 defenders and then actually doing it and then getting the hardest 5-yard gain in NFL history, looking like Barry Sanders. But then you added Cephas. He's making a team for sure to me, and he's gonna be a baller. I don't know if you guys seen the video, but it's a video floating around of Stafford actually working out with DeAndre Swift, Cephas, and Isaac Nauta. He putting his little shoes back on, telling them like, yeah, so we're going to come back and we're going to do this all tomorrow. And you looking at Swift look all out of breath and tired. I'm like, Stafford, what you put them boys through? What you put Swift through? You like, yeah, Swift, I'm going to need you to do all these routes perfectly because we from Georgia and it's time to get that chip. But all in all, I think our draft, when you look at our draft and our free agency, and then you look at the pandemic that's going on, I think we've had a great offseason. Like, I would grade this offseason like a B+. I'll give it an A if we get Marcus Golden. I might up it to A+. Like, and I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid, but we get Marcus Golden. I'm just looking at how much did you improve your team from the previous year based on paper, because we can't know what happens until we go on the field. You get Marcus Golden, this team is going to be way better. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at what our divisional opponents, they're all kind of like falling off. And that takes into account, I think we had the best offseason of everyone in the division. Minnesota lost everybody, so they had to replace everybody. The Bears. They ain't picking up Mitch's 5th-year option, and then the Packers got Jordan Love. I rest my case on that. Then you got to remember we added Nick Williams and Danny Shelton. Nick Williams was very good against the Lions. Danny Shelton was very good last year, young guy. And to me, the only thing I'm harping on is they tried. You miss all the shots you don't take. I don't care if we miss and we go, 7-9, 8-8, 10-6, whatever. They attempted something. And I've seen a lot of times where no effort is put in. When I know they're trying because they're trying to say their jobs. I know. But hey, if you trying to say your job and in the midst you make my football team better, I'm not going to be angry. I think this was a very good offseason, like a B+ type of offseason. You get Marcus Golden, I might have to up it to an A. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on the field, but because that's a whole nother thing. But I just feel like this year our football team is better, and I know for a fact we got running backs, we got receivers, we still got my boy TJ Hawkinson. We went out, we got old linemen, we got Big B. We went out, we got some defensive tackles, we got some safeties that can actually play besides Tracy Walker. And then you added a very good linebacker. You lost a linebacker, but you added a very good linebacker. And we just gonna see what happens. You still gotta work on that punter though. because I don't know what y'all gonna do with that. But we'll see what happens. It's your boy 313 J-Mo. What would you say about the offseason review? Just give me some of your thoughts. What do you think about the offseason? If you want to give it a grade, you can go ahead and give it a grade. But I just feel we filled a lot of needs. We lost Slay, but we tried to replace him with Okuda. We'll see if that works year one at least. It might work year three. Sure. I think Okuda's going to be phenomenal year three, but year one, we'll see if that works. We'll just see. But we went out, we doubled up on the running backs, we doubled up on the O-line. We're trying to run this football. And we added Julian Okwara, a pass rusher who I think is definitely going to help us. So they're looking good, but this is just on paper. We got to see what y'all do on the field. It's your boy 313 J-Mo, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you let me know what you thought too.